Hi everyone, we hope you're keeping safe and well. My name's Donna Ross and I'm an occupational therapist. There's a picture of me at the bottom of this page so that people know what I look like. Today we're going to talk about sensory calming activities and more specifically heavy work activities and how we can incorporate these really easily into lots of different parts of our day to help us to manage better. Some of the activities we will talk about will be for smaller people, and some will be for teenagers, and some can even be for adults. We all benefit from heavy work, so hopefully there will be helpful hints and tips for everyone as you go through this presentation. Sensory calming activities. So, all of us have sensory systems, and all of us can use sensory calming activities to help us to feel better. However, some people with ASD find noise or touch irritating or distressing. This can make daily activities difficult because toothbrushing, dressing, or hair washing does not feel good. Noisy environments can also be hard, like hand dryers, food processors, or hoovers. When we are nervous or worried, noise or touch can be even more upsetting. At the moment, life is different. We are staying at home because of the coronavirus. A change like this can sometimes make us feel worried. Today we are going to look at some things that might help us to feel calm. Heavy work activities can make our bodies feel calm and wake our bodies up so we are ready for other tasks. Heavy work is when we use our muscles, big and small, for things like pushing, pulling, and lifting. Heavy work can be incorporated within all the big and small activities we do every day. We can include it in our schedules as a reminder if that's helpful. Some of us might have visual schedules, or others might have written schedules. However, it is also important to remember that the heavy work activity needs to be something we like. Otherwise, it won't help us to feel calm. Simple changes to our everyday routine can help. For example, marching or stamping feet instead of walking, animal walks instead of walking. However, it may help if mom and dad do it too. This is not only fun, but it helps us see how to do the different animal walks, which can be tricky. Bumping down the stairs on our bottoms in the morning, or wearing a backpack with some heavier items, like a bottle of water. Playing is a great time for lots of heavy work too, and it's fun for all ages. Remember what we already said, that if we find the activity fun and enjoyable, it will have an even greater calming effect. Some ideas can be obstacle courses with lots of climbing, crawling, and jumping. We can get really creative, which is really fun. Pushing someone on a swing, climbing up a slide, jumping on the trampoline, animal walks, wheelbarrow walking, army crawling, or pillow fights. This can be extra fun with blindfolds, but make sure we're somewhere safe. Rough and tumble play can be fun for smaller people if we're not too cautious of movement. We might also like singing a nursery rhyme with mom or dad. However, we also might not like that if we're sensitive to noise or if mom or dad don't have the best singing voice. It's also a great time to have loads of fun, giggles and laughs with mom and dad and make some lovely eye contact. While gym balls are great for all ages, however, depending on our age, an adult may need to help us. We might like to bounce on our knees on the ball. We might like to push against the ball with our feet while an adult holds the ball against our feet. We might like to lie out on the ball and rock gently back and forwards. We might also like to lie out on the ball while completing an activity, like a jigsaw or another game, or while throwing beanbags at a target. Even more ideas for playtime. We could play statue, where an adult stands as straight as possible and the child tries to push the adult over. We can play tug of war. You can use a rope, blanket, or scarf or whatever's handy. Resistance cycling, where an adult and child face each other, put their feet together and pedal. We can push a door, which is where an adult puts resistance on a door while the child tries to push the door closed. We can do a hand pushing game, where an adult and child place hands together and push back and forth. Everyday life is busy and there are still lots of chores that need to be done. But indoor chores are a great way to get lots of heavy work, and it means we are also helping out. Choosing activities will depend on our age, size, and strength. Remember, an adult can help with the activity, and that the child or the young person can just do a component of it. We could pull laundry out of the washer or dryer, hang out the clothes, carry large bottles, boxes, or sort the recycling. We could rip paper or cardboard up for recycling. We could carry grocery bags in from the car and help with tidying items away. We can do some baking, weighing, rolling, mixing ingredients, or even just pushing the chairs into the table after a meal. Outdoor chores mean we get heavy work and fresh air. Fresh air is so important for our health and well-being. Choosing an activity again will depend on our age, size, and strength. Remembering again that an adult can help with the activity or certain components of it that might be a bit trickier for us. We don't have to do the whole thing by ourselves. We could help with gardening, digging in the dirt, weeding, raking leaves, watering plants, pushing the wheelbarrow, carrying buckets. We could help with mowing the grass or emptying the bag when it is full, gathering firewood, moving garbage and recycling bins to the curb, and washing the car. Movement breaks and other sensory tools can help when we are trying to complete some schoolwork at home. We could do some push fives. This is where we push our hands as hard as we can against another person's hands for 5 seconds. However, we need to be careful not to hurt ourselves. We can also push our own hands together by holding them in front of our chest and again pushing as hard as we can for 5 seconds. Again, be careful not to hurt ourselves or push too hard. Mini pushes at our desk, chair, or wall, like in the pictures, can also help. We might also like to have some therapy or Play-Doh when we are at our desk or working. Some of us like soft therapy, while others will like really hard therapy or Play-Doh. We might like to do some exercises like we did when we were in class. These could be jumping jacks, running on the spot for 20 seconds, holding a crab bridge, doing an animal walk, or whatever we'd like to think of. We might also like to have some finger or hand gadgets. This could be a bobble, some blue tack, or an item that we like to hold but that doesn't distract us while we're trying to do our work. Using a timer and a visual schedule can help us to remember when we need to take a break. The schedule can be pictures or words depending on what we prefer. Some of us will find it hard to do schoolwork at a table. We can learn in lots of different positions and whilst moving around. Some of us might like to bounce on a gym ball while recalling our times tables or a poem that we're learning. We might even prefer to face away from the adult that we're recalling this information to. Others might like to relax in a beanbag while reading a book, while some other people might like to lie out on their tummy. And others might like to hang upside down off the couch. We all learn in different ways, and it's important that if we need to move or be in different positions, that we explore this and try and figure out what works best for us. There are also lots of things online to help us to get the heavy work we need. There are online yoga websites and YouTube channels with free content. Cosmic Kids Yoga is great for some of our younger people, while Do Yoga With Me might be a nice website for some of our teenagers. There are exercise videos such as 5-Minute Moves with Joe Wicks and PE with Joe Wicks. These can be found on YouTube too, and he uploads new ones every day. Go Noodle has a website and YouTube channel which we may have used in school for movement breaks. Oral heavy work is when some of us use chewing to help us feel calm. Things we might do include chewing our sleeve, our collar, our pencil, or our nails. It is important for adults to remember that if we are chewing, then this is something our bodies need to do. However, there are lots of different ways for us to get different types of oral heavy work. Having a mixture of things to chew, suck, crunch, and munch can really help. We might also like drinking through a straw or chewing gum if we are older. On this page are some lists of ideas of things to chew, suck, lick, crunch, and munch. Some of us might be a little bit fussier about the things we like to eat and don't like to eat, but hopefully this list will give us some ideas. And remember, it's all about getting variety. Jewellery is also great and can be bought online. It comes in different strengths and textures depending on what we like. Looking at what we are currently chewing and thinking about the strength and texture of that might help us when we are looking online. However, maybe we really like the texture of our clothes and a homemade necklace or bracelet of old clothes would be better. And if we forget to chew our jewellery instead of our clothes, maybe it could be sewed or tied onto our zip or our collar. There are lots of different websites available, and at the bottom of this page are just 2 examples of such websites. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you all keep safe and well. Remember, we have other presentations on sensory calming activities that might help. You can find them on the South Lee blog by following the link on this page. Take care.